Jarvis?
Sorry, sir. I have no way of removing it from the buster base. I'm afraid you're going to have to open it.
What if I don't open it?
I am detecting powerful magical energies emanating from its surface. I cannot determine what will transpire if you do not open it.
You know what? I promised a long time ago I wouldn't open that box, so bring on the consequences. I mean, come on, what's the worst thing that could happen?
My apologies, sir.
It's alright, Jarvis, I made my bed. Besides, this is based on one of the most successful Broadway musicals of all time. It ran for 18 years, over 700 performances. It grossed over $4 billion. I mean, come on, how bad could this movie be? Greetings, fanboys and fangirls. I'm Erod, and I'm the very model of a modern Major General. What the hell is cats? Long ago, in a fictional land called London, a malevolent mage called Andrew Lloyd Webber opened a demonic tome called Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats. And it was among these perilous pages that he found an incantation by a wicked warlock called T.S. Eliot, and thus Webber uttered the magic words Cat Ufelinus Gato, successfully opening the gates of Hades and unleashing living nightmares upon humanity. And the Jellicle cats came out at night and every night, and we played tribute for 18 years. And yet we were foolish enough to think that we satisfied our fiendish feline overlords, but they were just dormant, cause the cats came back the very next day. And then Tom Hooper made a movie. I mean, he poured $95 million into this thing. It has to be good.
It's really fun to hit your mark.
Actually, that looks kinda cool. Now let's look at it with the special effects. Ah! So, this movie is based on a book called Practical Cats? Uh-huh. But has no practical effects in it. Whatever you say, oh figment of my imagination. Figment of... No! You're a figment of... never mind. These are all legitimate questions. What do you think, Practical Cat?
Keep it quiet over there, Stinky Feet. I'm trying to do my naps.
Let's watch the movie! So our journey into the macabre mind of Old Possum begins in a secluded spot in Old London town. The dumping ground for terrifying genetic experiments gone wrong. And the dominant species in the dump of dilapidation are the Jellicle cats. Anthropomorphic felines with human faces grafted onto their heads, who sing, dance, wear pants, and subjugate all other mutations that are smaller than they are. I hear there's a disturbing musical about them too.
Are the seats filled with tourists? Are the songs all the same?
Is the acting absurd?
Is the plot really lame?
Do you sell lots of t-shirts?
For a really high price?
If you can and you do, you're a show about mice.
Now let's meet the new experiment gone wrong. Cat's literally out of the bag, cause this is... Ah! What I meant to say was, this is Victoria. She's a new Jellicle who's young and innocent and only threatening to your psyche. The different clans of Jellicles then offer her a chance to pledge with them, via song, dance, and whatever the fudge bunny this is. She even gets an offer from the evil Macavity, master of depravity. Played by Idris, I need to fire my agent, Alba. He's known as the Moriarty of the Jellicles, the Napoleon of crime.
Hi, gave you my number.
Ineffable. Macavity.
Victoria gets many offers from many Jellicles, comprised of dialogue that only an Oscar-winning director would approve.
Cat got your tongue?
Finally, Victoria concedes when she meets the all-powerful dark sorcerer of the Jellicles, Mr. Mistopheles. Ah! A cat in a hat. Why did it have to be a cat in a hat? Mr. Mistopheles and the others explain that tonight is the night of the Jellicle Ball, the one night of the year where the Jellicles put on a talent show for their leader, Old Deuteronomy. The winner gets to ride a UFO to heaven. I'm not kidding, that's the actual plot of Cats the Musical. I know I'm banana balls crazy right now, but even I couldn't make that shit up. Some interpret the ending as the Jellicle Ball winner offering him or herself as a sacrifice for a crazy cat cult. This theory is supported by the fact that the Jellicles repeatedly state that the winner will go up to the Heaviside layer.
Do you know how to go to the Heaviside layer?
Which is an actual part of the Earth's ionosphere, where the air is so thin that no biological organism could survive for an extended amount of time. But songs! Now I know what you're thinking, Iran. This movie has been going on for 15 minutes and the characters are still introducing themselves through musical numbers. Is the plot going to start anytime soon? That is a great question. And the answer is no! Why would it? You don't like characters taking 5 to 7 minutes to introduce themselves through song and dance? Well, tough titty wampus! Cause it's going to happen over and over and over again. And it's going to get weirder every time. Now let's meet a few of them. Starting with Rebel Wilson, who plays... And then there's James Corden, who lobbied hard to be in this movie.
Noon's not a moment to say.
So glad to see that worked out for him. Also, there's Rebel Wilson, who plays... And Rum Tum Tugger, the sexy cat with the really high voice.
Do you think he just got neutered? Because those notes are like, oh. You know.
Huh. But here's the real question. What exactly was she looking at?
This man has no dick.
Oh, that reminds me. There's also Rebel Wilson who plays... And then there's Grisabella, the mangy cat who doesn't even qualify to participate in the Jellicle Ball, for reasons that I don't really care to understand. That song, that beautiful, beautiful song. Where have I heard it before?
Damn your black heart, Barbara Streisand!
Whatevs, I'll remember later. Which reminds me, there's also Rebel Wilson who plays... Wait a minute. I've done this before. But I'm not gonna fall for it this time. When I cut to Rebel Wilson, no matter what horrifically horrible thing I am shown, I'm not gonna freak out, repress it, forget it, and then cut back to her again, only to start the cycle all over again. So bring it on, Rebel Wilson. I hope you brewed your nightmare fuel extra hot, because I'm ready to drink it.
You're just in time to see Old Deuteronomy.
Oh, Deuteronomy, I knew you'd come. I was broken way before it was cool. Old Deutz informs Victoria that the Jellicle Ball is about to begin, and then asks the whimpering white kitty if she would like to watch. What? Did the anthropomorphic talking cat lady just say that the cat talent show hasn't actually started yet? That's right! This whole time the cats have been singing and dancing for the hell of it! And their musical theater shenanigans are yet to be witnessed by the mutant judging the contest. Oh my good and merciful Cthulhu! That means we must endure another musical number by the Rebel Nightmare. When will the hurting stop?
That face should be on a poster.
What is this? A glimmer of light in the darkness? But what about the Corden cat?
Oh, come on, Puss in Spats. You can do it.
Cthulhu, you can take my blind devotion and shove it up your ass guard, because Macavity, the master of depravity, is my only god now.
Yay?
Now let's see to which specific circle of hell Macavity vanished them to.
Who are you? Grilled Tiger. I'm a Bravo cat. I travel along the bulge. In fact, I am the roughest cat who ever...
And so the Jellicle Ball begins with the pride of the mutant community. Get it? Judges.
You shall not pass! Macavity!
So after a full hour of musical numbers full of CG that I will be discussing with my psychiatrist later, Taylor Swifty Cat shows up and drugs all the mutants with catnip. Taylor, you're great, and I'm gonna let you finish, but Dora and the Lost City of Gold had the greatest random drug scene of all time. Of all time!
I'm the map!
Now that all the contestants and spectators are incapacitated by the nip, my Lord Macavity asks to be crowned the winner of the Jellicle Ball, as he is the last cat standing. Old Dudes responds as sensibly as possible.
Never!
And so my most merciful Master Macavity retaliates with extreme prejudice.
I travel along the bulge. In fact, I am the roughest cat who ever run.
With their leader gone, the other cats mount an all-out assault on Macavity's barge to free the others and restore honor to the Jellicle Ball, or... was that a better movie that I made up in my brain? You know what? I did forget something. These are demonic mutant cats from the darkest reaches of hell. Logically, their only answer to this dilemma would be pagan witchcraft. Thus, they turn to their satanic sorcerer, Mr. Mistopheles, who magically brings Old Dudes back to the Egyptian theater using the arcane arts. Do it again! Again! Again!
Oh, well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles.
Gosh darn it, the heck farts. I could have done that all day. Language. What do you mean, language? No, I mean you should add more bad language, like a f***ing shitload of... Interesting. Here's the counterpoint. How about you shut the f*** up, you backseat reviewing mother f***er? I'm only crying because I'm proud of you. Any diddly-do, let's find out what happened to the other affronts to nature that Macavity kidnapped. Sorry, I just remembered that they're making another Fast and the Furious movie. Did I miss anything? Watch out, boys. She knows karate. Puns. I cat them. So, Grisabella now qualifies to participate in the Jellicle Ball for reasons that I still don't care about. She rocks into the Egyptian theater and drops a Streisand track and gets crowned the belle of the ball, winning a free trip to the upper atmosphere.
The Napoleon of crime.
Now, between you and me, he doesn't take it very well. And thus, Grisabella flies into the ionosphere to die of asphyxiation, and everybody lived happily ever after. Except for the visual effects artist for this movie, who only had 4 months to complete the film, putting in 90-hour work weeks, and even had to sleep under their desks to meet their deadline. This is for you! Wait, what was I doing? Oh yeah.
and nothing of value was lost.
Lowbrow humor. And yet it still had more substance than carpool karaoke. The crazy thing about this movie is how people have all these theories, trying to explain the show's plot and derive meaning from the show's songs and ending, when the fact of the matter is that every time anyone has presented any of these theories to the show's creator, Andrew Lloyd Webber, his response has always been the same. They're just cats. In other words, shut the fuck up and enjoy the music and the dancing. So that was another one busted, thousands more to go. I'm Erod, and I'm the Blockbuster Buster.